Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of sadness? Comparing yourself to others and wondering why happiness seems to elude you? This is a question many of us face, and the answers often lie in unexpected places. Today, on The Path to Buddhist Wisdom, we invite you on a journey to uncover the profound truth behind happiness and self-acceptance. Through the story of a raven who yearned to be someone else, we will explore timeless lessons that speak to the heart of human struggles. This isn't just a tale about birds, it's a mirror reflecting our own lives and the wisdom we often overlook. Stay with us, because the ending might just transform how you see yourself and the world around you. Let's dive in and discover how embracing what we already have can lead us to true contentment. Part 1. The Raven's Despair. In a quiet forest, a raven perched on a tree branch, his feathers shimmering under the soft sunlight. Yet, his heart was heavy with sorrow. "Why is my life so miserable?" he lamented. "No one loves me. People shoo me away. And food is always hard to find. I feel so worthless." As tears welled up in his eyes, a drop fell to the ground, landing on the cheek of a monk meditating under the tree. The monk opened his eyes, gazing up at the distressed bird. With a gentle voice, he asked, "Why are you crying, my friend?" The raven replied, "Wise one, my life is filled with pain and rejection. I see others living happily while I suffer. I wish I could be someone else, someone admired and loved." The monk's eyes softened with compassion. "Happiness doesn't come from being someone else," he said. "But if you truly wish to understand, I will guide you. First, you must learn whether others are as happy as you imagine. Only then can you decide what you truly want." Intrigued yet skeptical, the raven agreed. Thus began his journey to discover the meaning of happiness. Part 2. The Quest for Happiness. The raven's first destination was a shimmering lake where he spotted a swan gliding gracefully across the water, with feathers as white as snow. The swan appeared to embody serenity and beauty. "Surely," thought the raven, "this swan must be the happiest creature in the world." He approached and said, "Oh, swan, you are so beautiful and elegant. Everyone must adore you. You must be the happiest of all birds." The swan turned to him with a gentle smile that carried a hint of sadness. "I used to think I was happy," said the swan. "But my white feathers, while beautiful, are plain. I envy the vibrant colors of the parrot. Perhaps the parrot is the happiest bird in the world." Hearing this, the raven felt a pang of surprise. Even this beautiful creature isn't content, he wondered. Nevertheless, he thanked the swan and flew off to find the parrot. The raven soon found a parrot perched on a tree branch, its feathers shimmering in brilliant greens, blues, and yellows. "Parrot," he called out, "you are so colorful and admired. Surely, you must be the happiest of all birds." The parrot looked down at the raven and sighed. "I may be colorful, but my beauty has its price. People cage me to admire my feathers and mimicry. I long for freedom like yours." Perhaps the peacock, with its dazzling plumage, is the happiest bird. The raven felt his confusion deepen. How could these birds, each seemingly more perfect than the last, still be unhappy? Determined, he flew to the zoo, where he found a magnificent peacock in an enclosure, surrounded by a crowd of admiring humans. As the visitors departed, the raven approached the peacock. "Oh, peacock," he said, "you are the most beautiful bird I have ever seen. Surely, with so much admiration, you must be the happiest of all." The peacock looked at the raven with a heavy heart and replied, I thought my beauty made me special, but it has trapped me. Humans cage me to display my feathers and pluck them for decoration. I long for the freedom that you, a simple raven, enjoy. The raven was stunned. For the first time, he began to see his own life differently. He had always envied others, assuming their lives were better. Yet they envied the freedom he took for granted. Part 3. The Raven's Revelation. The raven, overwhelmed by his discoveries, flew back to the tree where the monk awaited him. Landing on the branch, he spoke with newfound clarity. Wise one, I have seen the swan, the parrot, and the peacock. Each of them has something I thought I wanted. Yet none of them are happy. Instead, they envy the freedom I possess. The monk smiled gently. And what have you learned from this, my friend? The raven bowed his head. I have learned that happiness doesn't come from changing who I am or acquiring what others have. It comes from appreciating the unique blessings of my life. I no longer wish to be anyone else. I am content as I am. The monk nodded. This wisdom is the key to true happiness. When we let go of comparison and accept ourselves fully, we unlock a peace that no external change can provide. From that day forward, the raven embraced his life with gratitude. He no longer envied other birds, but celebrated his own freedom and uniqueness. His heart, once heavy with sorrow, now soared with joy and self-acceptance. The lesson for us all. Like the raven, we often fall into the trap of comparison, imagining that others have a better life than ours. Yet, as the story reveals, everyone faces struggles unseen by others. True happiness lies not in becoming someone else, but in embracing who we are and what we have. Take a moment today to reflect on your own life. What unique blessings do you possess that you may have overlooked? By shifting your perspective to gratitude and self-acceptance, you, too, can find the peace and happiness the raven discovered. Part 4. Applying the wisdom. The story of the raven doesn't just end with his realization. It invites us to reflect on our own lives and take actionable steps to cultivate gratitude and contentment. Here are some practical ways we can apply the wisdom of this tale. Pause and reflect. Take a moment each day to reflect on the unique blessings in your life. What freedoms, relationships, or abilities do you possess that others might envy? Practice gratitude. Start a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you are grateful for each day, no matter how small. Over time, this practice can shift your focus from lack to abundance. Limit comparisons. Be mindful of how often you compare yourself to others, whether it's through social media or daily interactions. Remind yourself that everyone has unseen struggles. Celebrate your strengths. Identify your unique qualities and strengths. What makes you special? Focus on developing and celebrating these aspects of yourself. Embrace the present, instead of yearning for what you don't have. Focus on making the most of what you do have. Contentment grows when we learn to live fully in the present moment. By implementing these steps, you can begin to cultivate the same peace and happiness that the raven discovered. Life is a journey, and every moment offers an opportunity to embrace its beauty. The lesson for us all. Like the raven, we often fall into the trap of comparison, imagining that others have a better life than ours. Yet, as the story reveals, everyone faces struggles unseen by others. True happiness lies not in becoming someone else, but in embracing who we are and what we have. Take a moment today to reflect on your own life. What unique blessings do you possess that you may have overlooked? By shifting your perspective to gratitude and self-acceptance, you, too, can find the peace and happiness the raven discovered. Part 5. The Path to Inner Peace. The raven's journey is a profound reminder that inner peace is not something we find outside ourselves, but something we cultivate within. To achieve this state, it is essential to adopt a mindset rooted in self-compassion and mindfulness. Here are deeper insights and practices to guide you along your path. Mindful living. Begin each day with mindfulness. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or a moment of quiet reflection, train your mind to focus on the present. By doing so, you reduce anxiety about the future and regret over the past. Acceptance. Accept yourself as you are. Perfection is an illusion, and striving for it only leads to frustration. Embrace your imperfections as part of what makes you uniquely you. Detach from external validation. Recognize that true happiness doesn't depend on how others perceive you. Release the need for external approval and focus on living authentically. Acts of kindness. Practice compassion and kindness, not only toward others but also toward yourself. Small acts of kindness create a ripple effect of positivity that benefits everyone. Forgiveness. Let go of past grievances. Holding on to anger or resentment only harms you. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, freeing your heart and mind. By walking this path, you, too, can discover the boundless joy and serenity that the raven found. Inner peace is a journey, not a destination, and every step you take brings you closer to a life of fulfillment and gratitude. Part 6. Embracing the Wisdom. The story of the raven carries a message that transcends time and culture. Happiness is not about becoming someone else or acquiring what others have. It is about appreciating the life you already lead and uncovering the beauty within. Here are some final reflections to carry with you. Be your own benchmark. Stop measuring yourself against others. Instead, focus on your own growth and celebrate the progress you make each day. Recognize the illusion of perfection. Remember, no one's life is perfect. Even those who seem to have it all face challenges and struggles. Focus on connection. Build meaningful relationships and cherish the bonds you have. Genuine connections bring lasting joy and fulfillment. Celebrate the everyday. Happiness is found in small moments, a kind word, a shared laugh, or the simple act of being present. Inspire others, just as the monk inspired the raven. Let your journey of gratitude and self-acceptance inspire those around you. As we conclude this journey together, remember that happiness is within your reach. The raven's transformation can be your transformation. Embrace your unique path. Find joy in the present, and let your heart soar with gratitude. Thank you for joining us on The Path to Buddhist Wisdom. May your days be filled with peace, happiness, and the wisdom to see the beauty in your own life.